By playing games together, humans weren't just improving their individual skills. Physical contests, like the famous wrestling matches in temples, were seen as a way to connect with the gods. But what if the real purpose behind Roman sports was not entertainment at all, but social control? Even today, many sports like polo or tennis are seen as elite pastimes, often associated with the upper class, a way to maintain power and prevent rebellion. Countries began to use sports as a way to showcase their strength, unity, and even their superiority, a way to honor the gods, secure good harvests, or even win the favor of supernatural forces. From ancient rituals to today's multi-million-dollar global industry, sports have always been more than just games. But how did it all begin? Was it truly just survival training? Or is there a hidden history that connects sports to something much deeper in our human psyche? Today, let's unravel the unexpected origins of sports and how the first games were not just about physical prowess, but the very survival of civilization itself. Play. It's something we all do as children. But did you know that play was a critical part of early human evolution? Researchers argue that play was not only a form of survival training, but also a social bonding tool. But here's the twist. What if sports in their earliest form were not just about competing for survival, but actually about surviving together? In early human societies, where cooperation was essential for hunting and gathering, play and physical games may have served as a bonding mechanism. By playing games together, humans weren't just improving their individual skills. They were strengthening social cohesion. They were learning to cooperate, strategize, and support each other in the face of external threats. These games were more than just practice. They were creating the foundation of teamwork that would eventually lead to organized societies. But what if the first sports were not games at all, but rituals? Imagine this. Long before they were competitions, many early physical activities were likely tied to spiritual beliefs and practices. In ancient cultures, physical contests were often seen as a way to honor the gods, secure good harvests, or even win the favor of supernatural forces. For example, in ancient Egypt, the pharaohs didn't just compete for glory. They competed for divine favor. Physical contests, like the famous wrestling matches in temples, were seen as a way to connect with the gods. In this sense, sports could be seen as a sacred duty, designed not only to show physical prowess, but to prove one's worth in the eyes of a higher power. By the time we reach the ancient Greeks, we're no longer just talking about play or training. The Olympics, founded in 776 BCE, were much more than athletic competitions. They were a stage for human drama, the beginning of sports as a form of entertainment. But here's a twist that might surprise you. What if the modern obsession with sports as a spectator event can actually be traced back to ancient Greece's religious ceremonies? You see, the Olympics were as much about spectacle and the gods as they were about athletic achievement. The idea of watching someone compete for glory, just as modern sports fans do today, was born from this need to entertain and engage a crowd. But more interestingly, some argue that the ancient Greeks were aware of the power of the audience. By making sports a public event, they created a culture of spectatorship that still thrives today. This shows that, at its core, sports have always been about more than just the players. It's about the people watching, the community, and the stories they tell. When the Romans took sports to the next level, they didn't just focus on athleticism. They introduced gladiatorial combat, chariot racing, and other forms of blood sport. At first glance, this might seem like an evolution of sporting competition. But what if the real purpose behind Roman sports was not entertainment at all, but social control? Gladiatorial games were violent and brutal, often involving the death of the fighters. But they also had a strategic purpose. They were designed to keep the population entertained and distracted from the political unrest that often simmered beneath the surface of Roman society. So, instead of being a pure form of competition, Roman sports might have been a tool of imperial propaganda, a way to maintain power and prevent rebellion. Fast forward to the medieval period. Knights and nobles engaged in jousting tournaments and physical duels. But did you know that these tournaments weren't just for fun? They were a way to demonstrate social class and power. In medieval society, physical strength was a symbol of nobility and authority. The ability to dominate in battle was a direct reflection of one's status. This carried over into the world of sport. Even today, many sports like polo or tennis are seen as elite pastimes, often associated with the upper class. So in a way, the development of sports reflects society's hierarchy, a hierarchy that still influences the world of sports today. As cities grew during the Industrial Revolution, so did the need for organized leisure activities. But here's the twist. Modern sports didn't just emerge because people were looking for a break from work. They emerged as part of a cultural revolution that would reshape global society. By the late 19th century, sports were not only about physical activity, they were tools of national pride. The modern Olympics, football clubs, and cricket were not just about play, they were about defining identity. Countries began to use sports as a way to showcase their strength, unity, and even their superiority over others. In fact, sports quickly became one of the most powerful tools in the creation of national identity. Think about the passion behind a World Cup match or an Olympic gold medal. These events are about more than just winning. They're about nation building, about creating a narrative of success on the global stage. Why do people watch sports? What makes millions of fans tune in every week? The psychology of sports fandom is a fascinating topic. Sports provide more than just entertainment. They tap into our primal need for tribalism and connection. Humans have always been part of a tribe or group, whether in small nomadic bands or large nation-states. Supporting a team or athlete creates a sense of belonging. It's not just about winning the game. It's about being part of something larger than yourself. In many ways, the modern sports fan is still engaging in the same behavior as humans did when they cheered for their tribe's warriors. It's a deep-seated psychological bond that transcends time. So, how did humans discover sports? Was it purely out of necessity, survival, or something more? Perhaps it was a combination of all these factors, shaped by our deep need to compete, belong, and create meaning in our lives. Sports, at their core, are about more than just winning. They're about connecting with others, with our past, and with the very essence of what it means to be human. And maybe that's the greatest game of all. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe DokuMan, and share it with others. Don't forget to comment your thoughts on how sports have shaped your life and what sports mean to you.